Alright, time now is 7:57 a.m. in the morning on June 9th. Oh my god. Today is the day. Today is going to be the biggest day of my life since the DSEs. Which says a lot about how exciting nowadays actually are. But, yeah, I slept earlier. Usually I would go to bed at around, 3:50, 3:40 something, 3:30. But yesterday, I went to bed at 3 a.m. Maybe a little even earlier, but only a teeny tiny bit. And then, okay, hold on. I'm joining math class. I haven't even finished my muffin. Okay. Yeah, but essentially, I went to bed at around 3 a.m. yesterday, and I just fell asleep quickly because I was sleepy, and then I just slept all the way till 7:15 when my alarm rang. So that's about 4 hours, so not a lot. But yeah, I'll try my best to sleep earlier in the future. But yeah, things happening, stuff. I'm gonna go back to sleep a little later and sleep for 2 more hours. Yeah, everything seems to be a-okay right now. A-okay. Um, yeah, and then I'm gonna have the short film today, which still feels unreal. It still feels unreal, and I feel like I'm gonna make a separate short video where I just talk about this unreal feeling. Why is this meeting not letting me in? It's 1 minute until the actual thing starts. Did I put the wrong Zoom ID? Is this what's happening? No, it's the right one. It's literally... Oh! Oh no, it's not! Shit, okay. No, wait, it is. I'm gonna try again. Crap. It's 8 a.m. on the clock. On the nose right now. Let me in. Let me in. Why is the Zoom not letting me in? Hold on. Hold on. Also, my face is exploding with acne again. Just such a great coincidence. Such a fantastic coincidence that on the week I have to make a short film, I explode with acne. Just amazing. I think it's actually because of stress. Like, more stuff had happened to me last week than a couple months combined. What the fuck is going on? It's not letting me in. It literally says June 8th next class. It's not letting me in. Something weird is happening. It literally says June 8th next class. I don't know what are you doing? Okay, so I just checked, and one of the announcements announced that there is actually no class today. I woke up 7:15, waited an entire hour, ate my food, just to realize this. Great. No, seriously, great. As much as I hoped that I had read this announcement a little bit earlier, I have more time to sleep now, so there's that. Allow me to slumber once again. All right. Alright, it is 11:51 a.m. I just woke up after a re-sleep. That felt like a short nap, but it was a good short nap. Yeah, I'm actually feeling a little bit dizzy right now, which could be problematic. Hopefully this dizziness disappears. But yeah, that was 8:30 to 11:30-ish, so that's about 3 hours of sleep. So it's 4 plus 3, it's 7, which is not that bad. Not that bad. A little bit frustrating is I told all the actresses to take photos of what kind of clothes they're gonna wear today. And I was asking them to wear like bright orangish, yellowish colors. And a lot of actresses now, especially for nighttime actresses, because the first three actresses don't need to because they're filming in daytime, but in nighttime I want to have that contrast. And all the nighttime actresses don't have orange clothes, and then all the friggin' daytime actresses have yellowish orangish clothes. It's exactly the opposite that I asked for. Bit sad in it. A bit sad in it. It's not gonna be a huge deal, but all right. Time now is 2:53 p.m. I'm alive. I'm awake, and I ritualistically listened to The Cure, Just Like Heaven. I finished editing the anthropology course video, which I don't think I'll be able to upload within time, but it's fine. I'm gonna leave like now. I'm gonna get whatever I have to get, and then I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna say something. My thoughts on this. Alright, time now is 2:55 p.m. on June 9th. Today is, I think, the 393rd or 394th day since the end of everything, since the last day of the DSEs. And today is going to be the biggest day of my life since the end of the DSEs. And the reason is because I'm going to be shooting my short film. And I can't really describe how I feel right now. I feel nervous and excited and anxious a little bit. I don't know what's going to happen, but most importantly, it feels unreal. It doesn't feel like I'm in real life right now. For the last 3.5 years, I've been working so hard, writing scripts, and for a long time, for over 2.5 years. I did not film a single thing because I was either busy, I don't have money, I don't have time, I don't have resources, I don't have the people to help me. The protests made filming impossible, the coronavirus made filming impossible, and slowly filmmaking has become this pipe dream. It has become this thing that will never happen. But finally it is happening. It is fucking happening, and it is gonna happen 1.5 hours later. I don't know what to feel. It doesn't feel real. I am shocked. And also, what I'm feeling, more importantly, is fear. But not your average kind of fear. I felt very strongly. I felt this emotion very strongly the day the short film guy made the Signal group chat with the other actors and actresses. I was so scared I actually cried. Where essentially I realized that I wrote a short film. I wrote a script. I have an idea. I wrote the script. And now there are 10 people. The producer, the makeup artist, the PA, and the sound, the cameraman. Oh, that's actually more than 10 people. And then the actresses and the actor. All these people are working for me. I don't have a lot of experience in filmmaking. I'm gonna be honest here. I'm a noob. I'm an amateur. I'm not an expert. I'm not a professional. Hell, I'm not even a professional screenwriter. I'm not even confident that this is a good script. And the fact that there are people working for me and listening to me is horrifying. It is daunting. And when I think of the fact that these people are living lives right now, as opposed to me not living a life, I mean, for the last 400 days, I've been moping around my bedroom most of the time, listening to music, watching TV, not doing anything. I don't have a life. I did not live in the last 400 days. I didn't have a goal. I mean, I did have a goal, but they're all unclear. They're all pipe dreams, like filmmaking. And I did not live a life. I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't hang out constantly. I didn't have things going on for me. I was basically a zombie for 400 days. But the people that I'm dealing with, the people that are working for me, are people with actual lives. They're dating. They're going out. They're having friends. They have jobs. They earn money. And that thought alone really scares me. And especially on that day, I cried. Not because I was sad, but because I was afraid. And now I feel a little better, but I'm still kind of afraid. These people I'm working with are very much real people with real thoughts and opinions and things. And that alone kind of scares me, to be honest. Also, another thing that makes me fear is the fact that I'm going to be spending 15,000 Hong Kong dollars. 15,000 Hong Kong dollars. I'm going to be wasting people's energy, wasting people's time, wasting people's effort just to make this short film. If this short film becomes unsuccessful, if this short film fails and turns out to be trash, turns out to be shit, then I've wasted everyone's time. And it's my fault, ultimately. It is my fault, and it is my responsibility to admit that I just wasted everybody's time and effort and money. And I do not want that to happen. That is the last thing I would want to happen to this short film. And that puts me in quite a bit of stress. So, yeah, the pressure is on. A lot of people who watch my YouTube videos sometime are like, well, you criticize other people's works. How about you? Do you make works yourself? Yes, I do. And I'm making another one today. And while, yes, it's been... The last time I made a short film was 2018 summer. That's a long time ago. And I believe that I've improved, but I don't know how much. Because I stopped making movies for 3 years. And now I'm suddenly directing some film now. So it's daunting, it's scary, but I'm gonna try my best, and I hope that this short film succeeds in what it's trying to do and what it's trying to say. And it's selfish. Art is a selfish thing. I made this short film not because of charity, not because I want to help some other people. It's because I want to express what I want to express. It's selfish, and that thought makes me feel guilty, to be honest. Very guilty. Here we go. I'm a little bit late. I mean, I'm on time, but as the director, I should have gone a little bit earlier. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. It's 3:50. I'm walking towards the filming location right now. Kinda scared. Also, a couple of the actresses has already arrived. Same for the crew, probably. All right, time now is 1:51 a.m. Uh, the parks are fucking closed. I finished filming the thing, and it was a very complex experience. It was very complicated. My film is called Dreams of an Empty Street. It's fucking empty now. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. I don't think I'll be able to talk about it in like 5 minutes or anything. So I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow. But it's about to be 2 a.m. and I'm gonna go take a shower, go to bed. That's it. I'm done. Tomorrow I have 2 exams to do, anthropology and film 1 exam. I'm sure I can handle it just fine. Hopefully, I'm not sure actually. Yeah, this to sum it up, this is my first filming experience since 2018 summer. And it was, some parts went really well, some parts went kind of badly. I think all the actors did pretty fine. I think so the short film guy's wife, I don't know what's gotten into her. She's really like angry at me or something. Like maybe it's because she's pregnant and maybe she's pregnant. I don't even fucking know. But she's the makeup artist and she had to do a lot of makeup for people, for the actors and actresses. And it took like 20 minutes for each actor to finish their makeup. And at some point we were really rushed and she was just pissed off. She was just really pissed that she didn't have enough time to do makeup. And I understand why she's pissed. But because she's pissed, she constantly reminds me, whenever she has the chance, she constantly reminds me, like, director, next time you gotta call me earlier because I don't have time to do makeup. You gotta call me earlier. Your time management, it needs to be worked out. You need to improve your time management. I don't have the time to put makeup on all the artists, man. And at the very end, when I finished all the shoots, at the end she went up to me as if I'm some sort of amateur, and I am some sort of amateur, but she plays it down even more, like, oh, so it's your first experience. What's your thought? What did you learn? It's like one of those stupid school trips where after the school trip the teacher would gather around the students like, oh, what's your feeling? How do you feel about this? Like, oh, what's your reflection? And she just came up to me and asked me in front of the actor for the protagonist actor and the female demon actor, the actress, and Nickel, I found a cat. What if the cat attacks me? I don't know. But if I see a cat, I follow it. I stalk it. Does it hear me? Man, this cat is a little bit afraid. Tad bit afraid. Oh, it's gonna escape. Oh, Houdini! Houdini up in there! Oh, and he's gone. I don't know where. Okay. Well, good for the cat. Good for the cat. Good cat. Good cat indeed. 100%. Yep. All right. Time now is 2:48 a.m. in the morning. I am going to immediately go to bed, but I don't want to because I just want to sit down. I just really want to sit down. My legs are fucking sore. I just want to fold my body in some way. So yeah, I'm gonna sit down. Yeah, I, to be honest, okay, where did I last leave off, right? About an hour ago, I was saying how the makeup artist was pissed at me for not calling her earlier, even though it's not my fault. The PA was the guy who made the call sheet, not me. But I had to take the blame. I'm the fucking director. I can't shift the blame. I'm the director, and I have to take all the responsibility. I'm the director. So I just took it. I took it like a man, right? But yeah, to be honest, since I'm the director, I should know everything, and I should be able to predict this. But I don't know. I didn't even know that it takes 20 minutes to put a makeup on a character. 20 minutes? Look, man, I don't know how to do makeup, so my bad. But yeah, apparently it's super complicated. Like you need to wipe one's face with a clean towel, like a clean clean wipe. You add like a base thing, and like you have to put like, I don't even know, like eyeliners and like eyelash things and eyebrow thickeners and lipsticks and like like it actually, for some people it took even more than 20 minutes, which is astonishing. But whatever, I don't know anything about makeup, but she was really salty about it. And at the very end of the day, she just asked me like, okay, what did you gain from this experience? What are you like, what's your reflection on this? And I'm like, man, it doesn't feel real. It feels like a dream. And it's like, can you use some more practical and tangible words? So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I have nothing to say. To be honest, I have a lot to say, but I have so much so that I don't have one thing to say. I can't summarize today's experience. I must break it down hour by hour. Because there's just too much to say. Like, a lot happened, and I just can't summarize my whole experience today in one word or one sentence. I just can't. But yeah, I said, filmmaking is difficult. I need to prepare even more. I need to be clear of what I'm actually doing, and I need to, blah 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 blah. And then at the very end, in conclusion, call the makeup artist a little earlier. That's the conclusion. And I even said it for her. At the end, she's like, so, next time when you need a makeup artist, and I just said, yeah, call earlier. And she's like, yep, call earlier, and time management. She's so salty. And again, yes, I'm an amateur. This is only my third short film, by the way. Only. And I didn't grow up with a lot of filmmaking resources around me. I don't have gear. I don't even own a camera. So I'm a bit of an amateur, I must say. Not a bit, very much an amateur. But she even asked me at one point, "Is this your first time?" And I'm like, "No." The last time I made a short film, it was 2018. It was 3 years ago. So yeah, it's my first time since 3 years ago. But true, it's the first time that my mom's not involved. Not completely uninvolved, but she's just not here. Like, at some point my mom did show up. My parents showed up and looked at me, but they didn't like aid me or anything. They just looked at me and took some photos and videos. Yeah, so I can't, like, I have to go to bed right now. I don't have all the time to talk about what happened hour by hour as much as I want to. If I had to run down the whole thing, I was afraid that I would be late. To be honest, I know I would be earlier than 4 p.m. The call sheet says 4 p.m. Everybody gather at Mengbojongsom, the Meng Newspaper Center building. place at 4 p.m. and I arrived there before 4 p.m. But usually, I'm the friggin' director, so I have to arrive half an hour early. But I didn't. I arrived like 5 minutes early, and at that point, 4 other actresses were there already. In fact, when I was walking towards that center, that building, the 3 girls were in front of me, and I was just behind them, just walking. And one of them turned around, and I'm like, hi. But yeah. So there's that, and then afterwards, the weather is scorching hot. It's so hot. Everybody's dying, basically. It's so sweaty. I could barely survive, and I brought little water, like so little. And I actually was feeling very thirsty. But even though I drank a bit of water from my own bottle, I drank half a bottle of water, like from bottled water, like plastic bottles. And I also drank an entire cup of lemon tea for dinner. I did not take a number 1 at all until I came back home. 11 hours. I did not even have the thought of going to take number 1, going to piss essentially. I guess I was just really nervous, but that's the thing. Last time in 2018 when I filmed my short film, I didn't take a piss for 18 hours. Like, that's what filmmaking does to me. It ruins my kidney. But yeah, it was very hot, and then we filmed. At some point, I was like trying to record voices, and this is the point when it starts to get frustrating, because clearly I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I didn't write down on my script that I need to record people's voices, like whisper voices, like hissings, you know. But like yesterday, actually last week, I'm like, you know what, some hissing sounds would be nice, you know. And so I had to take a little bit of time out and ask the girls to hiss and whisper, and that caused a bit of deviance from the schedule. And it wasn't frustrating, but I could feel like I there's a small feeling inside me that's like, oh no, like this is where people are gonna start being frustrated, because there's a deviance to the schedule. And yeah, we were late, and it was sunset, and we just chased after the sun. Not chase, we were at one spot, at one pier, but the sun was slowly setting, and we had to film a bunch of shots, just a bunch of random, and I didn't even write in the script. I was hoping that it could be improvised on the spot, because these shots involve a boy and a girl dating. I don't have any experience in that. I don't know what people do when they date. So I'm gonna leave it to the actors and actresses to do that, because they have experience. So they're like, director, what should we do? And I'm like, yeah, hug, play with fingers. And then the short film guy, who's like 30 years old, do they do that? Do they really do that do people really do that when they date? And in my head, I'm like, I've no fucking idea. I've never dated anyone. I was like, oh yeah, play around, you know. Kind of reminds me of like a Wong Kar-wai film where a girl just jumps around and screams, ah ha ha, and the boy's like. But yeah. And we chased the sunlight so hard because the pier was like, it was like this. It was like this. And so this is the water, and then there's this line of rocks, and yeah, we climbed up there. I just remembered that I asked when I was climbing the rocks, I was like, damn, like I didn't even expect to do this. It was a short film guy's idea, like, oh my god, sunlight on those rocks, sunlight on those rocks. So we moved the camera. We didn't even record sound for this. The camera guy, short film guy, me, boy and a girl, we just went onto the fucking rocks. Like one slip, then we're gonna die, basically. And I was like, damn, you know, I didn't even expect I'm gonna do this. It's crazy. So I asked one dude to like, oh, record us behind the scenes. So that guy recorded it for us. And then it starts fucking raining, of course, because why not? You know, just to ruin my day. But it was like very unpredictable rain. It started raining and suddenly it stopped, and suddenly started again. Suddenly it stopped. There was a shot where we filmed like at a pretty risky spot where cars go, and spoiler alert, I probably shouldn't say this, but yeah, if you watch this right now, you're gonna know what's gonna happen in the film, so you know, skip away. But I'm in it. I have a cameo, and that bit was a little scary because whenever I look at myself act, I'm like, fuck, I'm trash. Like, because I don't know if it's because my facial features are different from that of an average Hong Konger. Like, I have deep eye sockets, tall nose bridge, and that makes me look like a Westerner. But in a way, it makes me look so ugly, and everybody else is normal. To be honest, everybody is normal. But just the way I look, man. And sometimes I act so, not girly, but so weak. I act so weak sometimes. But yeah, I think I did fine. And then afterwards we have the final two scenes, and these two scenes deviated so much from the script, so much. It deviated so much, like it's actually insane, and like it was very heavily influenced by the thoughts and opinions of the short film guy. But I didn't resist him or anything. Whenever I direct a film, it's always me versus the world. I either adapt and improvise to the situation, to the given situation, or I insist on my vision. And sometimes I lose, sometimes I win. And I need to know when to lose and when to win. And so there were some things in that spot, like the last shot where the female demon walks towards the main character. There was a spot where there was a car behind her, and I'm like, there's a friggin' car behind her. It's gonna be distracting. She's gonna be walking, and there's a Benz in the back or something. I don't know. Maybe it was a BMW. I don't know. But I didn't want a car. I want a wall, a plain wall. That's it. So there's a huge debate with that. Like there's this one idea, and it wasn't even like I mean, partially it was my idea, but basically the main character is gonna notice the female demon twice, and on the second time he's gonna run. And then the short film guy's like, man, that's too short. So it became 4 times. But originally we thought we're gonna finish the shoot at around 3 a.m. Actually, no. We finished at 1:30, and came back home in just the right time, and now I'm just gonna brush my teeth, go to bed, and it's pretty much my normal bedtime. Nothing has changed. Also, when I came back, I ran into a cat. Maybe it's a lucky charm, maybe it's not. I don't friggin' know. I don't know how our cat's related to filmmaking. I have no idea, but it's gotta mean something. I hope it does. I hope it secretly means that I'm gonna see Mary again and speak with her and stuff. But yeah, speaking of speaking with Mary, I'm not awkward. I don't feel awkward, and I feel like it's a good thing that I'm taking more of a leading role this time, because last time I made my short film, I was so silent. I was so passive. People are making decisions for me. I didn't even know the model of the camera. To be fair, I don't even know what's the model of the camera now. I know it's a Sony. But today, occasionally, I would ask, like, what millimeter is this lens? What millimeter is that lens? Because sometimes the DP would use telephoto lens, and I'm like in my head, I'm like, bruh, if you use telephoto lens in this shot, the whole background is going to be squashed. So I'm like, can we do a wide shot? Like wide angled lens and wide shot at the same time. You know, lens, like focal length matters a lot, okay? And if you keep on changing like telephoto, wide, telephoto, normal, it's just gonna look funky. I don't like that. I don't want that, man. I don't want that. But in 2018, I didn't even know what lens the DP is using. And I didn't even, partially the reason why, and I failed so much in 2018 because I didn't even prepare the script this much. Like I didn't even visualize the script all that much. I didn't even know the story clearly. Just the dialogues are terrible, the acting's terrible, everything's terrible. I didn't even visualize, I didn't even know where to shoot it. People just find the locations for me. But this time I take more of a leading role. If I see something wrong, I actually say it. Maybe I should have been even more aggressive, because there were still parts where I'm like, you know what, the short film guy's doing things, so I'm just gonna let him. Yeah, I definitely take on a more leading role this time, which is a great thing. And yeah, I've been talking for 16 minutes now. I need to go to bed. I'm gonna do a scene by scene analysis after I finish editing this, or I'm gonna edit this chronologically when we filmed it, and and then I'm gonna make a scene by scene analysis, which is gonna be like super long. But I should have done this to my other short films as well, to be honest, but I didn't. Yeah, I'm gonna do a scene by scene, a super long scene by scene analysis of my short film. To be fair, even like, it wasn't good. Today's experience, the outcome, it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't, what was I gonna say? I forgot. But I'm trying to say that I know that things will go wrong every time I film something. That's to be expected. That's why, yeah, it's bad, but it's not that bad. Therefore, it is actually kind of good, but it's actually not that good. It is frustrating, but it is not that frustrating. It is complicated, but not that complicated. Like, this is supposed to be a 4-minute long short film. There are only 4 scenes in it. Some scenes are only a few seconds long. There were only 22 shots. A bunch of other improvised shots. It's kind of simple, but setting up the camera and rehearsing the actors, that was actually way more complicated than I thought. But then at the same time, if I look at the whole thing in general, it wasn't actually that complicated. Like, it could have been way worse. It could have been way more complicated. If I had made the conspiracy short film, it would have been way worse. Like, especially the fight scenes that I plan to do. Like, I'm not Akira Kurosawa. I can't direct crowds. Like, Kurosawa style crowds colliding and changing and stuff. I can't do that shit, man. So it's complicated, but yet it's simple. It could have been way worse. So I'm just feeling kind of ambivalent towards it. I definitely did not enjoy it. It was not an enjoyable experience, but that is to be expected. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Made a short film today. I didn't edit it, but finished the filming. Big day, and hopefully it turns out acceptable, I guess. All right, time now is 12:36 afternoon, and I just woke up like 9 minutes ago. Yeah, I feel fresh, I feel alive, and I slept in peace. I actually did wake up at 11 a.m. and I just laid on my bed for 1.5 hours. But still, good sleep. Didn't have any significant dreams. Um, there's so many moments on my bed where I try to think about something else other than filmmaking, but I just keep thinking about filmmaking, especially the short film that I just filmed yesterday. Like, like which spots are awkward, which spots could be edited better. Like, like I just keep thinking. I can't stop thinking about that. I can't stop thinking about my movies. But I just want to think about something else. You know, I just want to distract myself, to be honest. But I can't. I keep thinking about my movie. So I really need to find something else to distract myself with. One of the reasons why I wake up this early, actually, is because I have to do an anthropology exam today before 3 p.m. Because 3 p.m. means midnight in USA, and I have to finish one before midnight. And film exam today, and apparently math exam tomorrow, final exam, which is a little bit weird because our teacher hadn't even talked about chapter 11. How are we supposed to do the final exam? And I don't know what, and he hadn't taught chapter 11. What about chapter 11? Where's chapter 11? Arithmetic and geometric sequences. He's supposed to teach that. It's in the syllabus. It's literally in the syllabus. He hadn't taught that, even though I know how to do that. I know how to do it. Except for binomial theorem. I don't know what is a binomial theorem. He hadn't taught that. So if it shows up on the final exam, I'm screwed. But if sequences show up, I'm fine. I'm chill. Yeah, nothing else to talk about. I'm not going to film any reviews today. I just really need to take a rest. I just really need to take a rest. And, yeah. I guess I'm going to play Minecraft, watch anime, that's it. My schedule is really sparse today, and that's a really good thing. You know, it really allows me, gives me time to take rest. Really does. Yesterday, I also texted Miriam saying that I'll be free after filming this thing and a couple exams. Yeah, I'm just going to spread the good news. I'm going to tell Leo and Pink that I finished filming. I'm going to tell Zara and Miriam. I'm not going to tell Natalie. Fuck her. Not literally. She suck. Quite literally. Yeah. Yeah. If this movie is edited well, it could be it could be the most well edited thing I've ever edited in my entire life. Because of that one shot that we made, that two shots that we made, and if I stitch together those two shots, it's gonna be like a Birdman transition, where it's like a wipe and it looks like nothing happened. But it's ridiculous. It's like a Birdman transition. And then there's that other scene, that other shot, where in the script it's not like this, but because of how we shot it yesterday, it's like it's just like physically impossible, but I can use editing to make it happen, basically. So yeah, that is all. It's 1:41 p.m. I just listened to the voice message that Miriam left for me yesterday, and she said that she and Zara has been talking to each other, and that Zara has the idea of me, her, Miriam, and Topher hanging out together. And it makes sense because Zara is friends with Topher for some reason. Come on, man. Topher and me, we have a history. Now, I don't hate her. I don't hate him now, but it's still going to be awkward. We have a history, you know. We have bad blood. So, yeah. But, you know, I'm happy they're talking about me. I'm happy I'm involved in conversations I'm happy that I'm not completely forgotten, like Natalie did, like Natalie does. Cedric and a bunch of other people are also doing this on Instagram, where they posted a photo of like a bunch of numbers, like what kind of question do you want to ask me? Like number 1, what's my hobby? Number 2, who's my crush? You know. And so Cedric did one of this, and I just put a random number in and said I don't know, just to catch his attention. And yeah, nothing happened. But there's that. This is actually a question in the exam. Which of the following examples is not the proper way to format all film titles? And this are literally the same. And this question worked 3 points? 3 points just for this? And then other questions worth 2 points? Because they're somehow easier. But then we have 3-point question, and it's this? What? And then that's it. Only 26 MCs. Oh my god. Movies plot summary. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Na, 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 na. Yep. And I got 2 wrong. Amazing. But I can take the quiz again! Alright, it is 10:42 p.m. Just finished the film exam 1 second ago. I got a 48 out of 50. I tried it again and I also got a 48 out of 50. I got 1 question wrong, and it's the same one. But honestly, I don't mind it. I'm still gonna be definitely getting an A. For the anthropology exam, finally I did not get full mark. Finally. I'm actually happy that I did not get full mark. I got 2 questions wrong. And to be fair, this anthropology exam is a little bit tougher than I had expected, but in an entertaining way. Like, it goes over a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It goes over, you know, a little bit of religion, a little bit of linguistics, a little bit of the basic stuff, the history of anthropology. But yeah, I got a 380 out of 400, unnecessarily 10 points per question. But yeah, you know, 2 very good results in the exam, and I'm gonna do the math exam tomorrow. I actually took the liberty to email my math professor asking him if we have to hand in or submit any math homework before the final exam, and he replied saying no homework is due. I don't know if he means no comma homework is due or no homework is due. I'm gonna interpret the latter, so I'm not gonna do any homework. If there is apparently homework and he forgot the comma, well, screw it. I still am going to get an A because maths is just really easy. So I know I sound really arrogant in this video, but seriously, the American education system is just so easy. It's embarrassing, really. It's embarrassing. Aside from Film 20, I shouldn't say American education system because I know that all the courses I've taken so far, aside from Film 20, the scriptwriting class, are all surface level classes. So getting A from all of those courses is pretty much like, yeah, a given. But yeah, I don't want to think about the stupid reality TV show Bible. I just really don't want to. It gives me headaches every time I think about it. But it's a good thing to know that 3 courses out of the 4 is pretty much a wrap for me, aside from tomorrow's final exams, which I pretty much do not care about. But I have to wake up really early tomorrow at around 5:45, and then I'm going to go back to bed. I'm going to film review tomorrow, I'm going to edit a thoughts update video tomorrow, and it's going to be fine. But yeah, today overall, not much happened, as expected. 2 words, nothing happened. And, yeah, time went by really fast. I really didn't do anything, but I wasn't bored at all. I just didn't do anything, and it is what it is. I'm gonna in the future do a scene by scene analysis of my short film. But before that, nah, because somewhere in the future I would like to also make a couple videos reacting to my 2 older short films. So let's see if I can do that. But yeah, yesterday for dinner I actually went to a restaurant across school. Not any school, the school. The school. You know what? You know which one I'm talking about. And I was actually I got sad when I was waiting for the food. And when I was eating, I was with the actor for the protagonist, his girlfriend, and another guy who's the PA. And we were really silent. I mean, we talked to each other a little bit, especially those 3. But, I try to socialize myself, But, yeah, just got really quiet and just felt a kind of darkness. Like a certain dark vibe, a dark aura just permeates from across the street within the school gates. A certain darkness I can feel. And I don't use the word dark and the word darkness very lightly. When I say darkness, I mean it. It's the kind of feeling that goes into your bones and chill you and remind you of something that you're not quite familiar with, yet you're somewhat pained and tortured with. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna watch some more Sword Art Online, and then afterwards, because it's Sword Art Online and it's a garbage anime, absolute garbage, I'm gonna want to vomit blood after watching it, but I have to. It's my duty. I'm the culture detective, man. But immediately afterwards, I'm gonna heal myself. Also, I don't know why. Maybe it's because of yesterday, like me just being in front of people yesterday all day. Usually when I'm alone and I'm listening to music, I just like grooving, dancing. So, and also when I'm alone, I watch movies, and I would be very not happy, but there's a certain comfort to being alone. And today I have my room to myself again, and I was just listening to music this afternoon. I was listening to like just all kinds of music, and I was just like, yeah, man, just dancing and grooving. Not like dancing, but like, head bobbing, I was listening to MF Doom, and I'm gonna watch The Lighthouse, like rewatch it later today. It doesn't matter if I don't finish it. I just want to watch some crazy whack movie that I love. Time now is 6:20 a.m. in the morning on June 11th. Yeah, I fell asleep at around. I went to bed at around 2:45. This is revolutionary. It's been a long time since I've gone to bed this early. And I fell asleep at around 3:20, and then I set an alarm at 5:50. So yeah, I only slept for 2.5 hours, which is better than nothing, to be honest. And the fact that I slept this early is an impressive feat. But it already does not mean anything, because today apparently will be the final exam for my math class, which is again kind of confusing because my professor hadn't even talked about chapter 11. Yeah, I just had a donut. Basically, you know how donut bread and regular bread is different usually? The donut I just have is the same donut that I've had in the last 3-4 years of my life. And it's just a circular bread. And the more I eat it, the blander it tastes. And it's kind of bad. It just tastes pretty bad now. Yeah, so my final exam today goes from 3:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. So 6:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Though I think I'm gonna finish at around 8, and or maybe even earlier. Who knows? Yeah, I'll probably finish really early, and then afterwards I'm gonna go back to bed, and that's why I didn't brush my teeth. I woke up and I did not brush my teeth. Usually in afternoon naps, I usually re-sleeps. I go to bed, I sleep for 2 to 3 hours, I wake up, I just, you know, I go to the bathroom, I put some water in my mouth, and I clean it, but I don't necessarily brush my teeth because I I didn't I was unconscious for a lesser period of time than usual for a sleep session at night. So I literally just slept for 2.5 hours. That is equivalent to a usual re-sleep slash afternoon naps duration. So brushing my teeth again 2.5 hours later, when I just did it 2.5 hours ago, is totally unnecessary. But I will brush my teeth after I wake up, after the re-sleep. Hopefully I don't forget that, because that would be embarrassing. But yeah, also apparently the line that I've been using to charge my phone is broken. Kind of broken. So a couple days ago, my other PC completely did not recognize this line, and ejected it and accepted it, and rejected it and accepted it. Now I can't even charge my phone. So my phone is literally on like 17% right now. But yeah, final exam, here I come. And re-sleep. After this exam, I'm already done with 3 courses out of the 4 courses in college. I only have to worry about the reality TV show Bible, presenting it in front of TV executives, and the final exam for Film 20. All 3 of these things are a part of Film 20, script writing. But aside from those, I'm pretty much done with the semester. Time now is 5:50 p.m. and of course my dad's in the bathroom, like he is always. But anyways, I just spent a considerable amount of time editing videos. Of course, it took me about 40 minutes to just open the Adobe Premiere Pro software because my PC is amazing. But yeah, I edited the album review, I made the thumbnail for the anthropology video, and I also edited this Thoughts Update video. In the Thoughts Update video, on one of the days, at around, I think on May 8th or 7th or something, I talked about Mary. I talked about how I cherished, well, I essentially I talked about Mary, and I remembered how I said I cherished every single moment when I had the conversation with Mary, and I just cried again. I just can't control myself. I tried my best to not cry, but whenever I remember how I cherished every moment when I had the conversation with Mary, I just couldn't help but just cry. It's such a beautifully depressing story about a boy who loves a it's sad. It's really sad, but this is also simultaneously the greatest decision I've ever made. If someone comes up to me and asks me, "What's the greatest decision you've ever made in your opinion?" Well, I said happy birthday to Mary in 2020. And that became one of the best days I've had in 2020. Not the very best though, but that is the best decision I've ever made in my life. That's easily best decision. All right, time now is 10:41 p.m. on June 11th. Yeah, didn't do anything today other than the Math 20 exam. Everything is all right. It's 10:42. Yeah, didn't do anything important today. Nothing happened. No one texted me. Nothing happened. Um, rewatched The Lighthouse. Amazing film. Didn't watch the whole thing. Skipped a little bit in the middle because I didn't have the time, but it's still an immense experience, I have to say. Yeah, nothing else. I don't have much to talk about. Not at all. There's this Instagram story. Okay, so yesterday Mary made an Instagram story, and it's basically this thing that everybody's sharing where there's this link to a charity thing where you one repost equals $1 or something for saving dogs. So it became this trend, and everybody's doing it. And I did it too because I like dogs, but I'm not. I don't want to act like I'm doing this solely because it's a trend. So everybody did. Like when I say everybody, I mean everybody. Like Mary did it, and then not too long after, like of course Pink Leo, like Zara, Miriam, Natalie, Cedric, Jeffrey, Bernice, Jordana, Hans, like the whole fucking world. Queenie, and yeah, just I did it as well. Marty did it. But that's nothing. Yesterday I was texting Zara, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm writing a letter now so that I can send it to the university people and tell them that I'm going to change my major from engineering to architecture, because Zara is actually really interested in architecture, but she took engineering because I guess it's better for future, but it's not what she likes. So she wrote the letter, and she said, yeah, I'll talk to you later. Natalie's helping me write the letter right now. And at that point, it was almost like 1 a.m. or something. So, yeah, okay, Natalie, sure. But yeah, after June 14th, I'm going to be totally free for one week. And then starting from 21st, I'm going to have English 2 class, which is completely online. And it's fine, it's fine. In fact, it's a great thing because I'm the kind of person who can never be bored. Once I'm bored, I get sad. When I'm bored, I have room to think, I get sad, and I feel like shit. So it's a good thing that I'm keeping myself busy. And, I mean, taking rest is an important thing, but the moment I feel bored, I start thinking about people, thinking about my future, and when I think, I get sad. Thinking is a depressing thing. It's a depressing activity. I don't like thinking. Yeah, just gonna leave it at this. Leave it at that. Yeah. Yeah. Not gonna do anything important tomorrow, I guess. It's raining, so even if I want to go out and work out and go jogging, I can't because it's raining. I mean, I can, but I won't because I'm lazy. That's all. It's 1:55 a.m. in the morning. Originally I planned to watch 2 episodes of Invincible. You know what? Just one. I'm gonna go to bed. But before going to bed, I checked Instagram, and naturally, Natalie made an Instagram story, tapped on it. I expected nothing important, maybe another haha financial technology university department thing, whatever. Or maybe she just had dinner with someone cool, or maybe it's one of her cute kittens. But it was a story for close friends, and it's basically a very not blurry, but a poorly taken photo of her left hand, not the palm side, the inside, and sort of stained with red liquid that sort of looked like blood. But I may be wrong. Why would it be blood? It's not like Natalie. And the caption, there's a caption in the story, is all caps, my phone, and a smiley face. The scary emoji, smiley face. I don't know what to interpret of this. If she really needs help, if she suddenly went insane, stabbed someone or herself, and lost her phone or broke her phone, but somehow is able to make an Instagram story, maybe I should care. But I'm still not gonna like ask her what happened or anything, because even if I know what happened, it's probably gonna be very anticlimactic. It's probably fake blood or something. That or red paint, Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe she had a nosebleed, which is not lethal. Even if it's something serious, I can't do anything. I'm in my own bedroom. I have my own stuff. I have my own college stuff, short film stuff. We're not friends anymore, unfortunately. Part of me, small part of me, actually, and I've been thinking about this for a long time already, but never paid it a lot of mind. And that is, part of me kind of want to see a repeat of history. And the reason behind is because, of course, I wanted to go back in time. And, if I can go back in time, if I could go back in time, I would. And I would basically relive my life, but not make the mistakes. And I kind of want that to happen. Time is linear for me, for people. It's past, present, future. So I can't just go back in time. I can't fucking time travel. How do you expect me to fucking time travel? I can't do that shit. That's why when I learned that secondary school is over, it will not happen again, and that whatever mistakes I've made is made, and I can't undo them. I am upset about that. I'm sad about that. I'm upset about that. And I feel regret that I've made mistakes. And because I can't time travel, I can't undo those mistakes. Those mistakes live with me forever in my life. And that is painful. But what if there is a way for secondary school to happen again without it actually happening again? There's one way, and that is history repeating itself. Sure, Natalie's 18, I'm 18, Pink's 18. No, or is she 19? She's 19 already. Pink's 19 already. So I don't know much. So of course we're not going to de-age. I'm not going to suddenly go back to 12 years old. But what if we regain our old personalities? Like Pink, and I hate to say this because I don't want this to happen to Pink specifically. But what if Pink went back to her old self with her very depressed and unstable mental health? What if Leo went back to his old self, being socially awkward, super intelligent, on the autistic spectrum? And I'm not saying it as if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's definitely a problematic thing. I definitely don't want Leo or Pink to go back to those times, because it's better for them now. Even though back then, for them, maybe their lives would have been a little bit more interesting. and eventful, but now it's a better place. What if Natalie returns to her old personality and become this insane, unpredictable, violent, psychotic girl um who's very dangerous and infamous and smart and powerful, playful and edgy? What if Jordana returns to her old self? Dark, manipulative, pathological liar. What if Cedric returns to his old self? Dependent, weak. Yes, he was weak. He's a strong person now, relatively. Simply because he went to Scotland and he had to be independent because he didn't have a single friend when he went to Scotland to study. So he stopped relying on people and became independent. But before he went to Scotland, he relied on anyone. At first he relied on I forgot his name. But then he relied on me, Bernice. Me shortly. Actually, he never actually relied on me. I mean, he did rely on Bernice, and then after breaking up with Bernice for a short period of time, he relied on me, but I wasn't very reliable because I was just as weak as he was. So he relied on Jordana, who's strong, and Jordana destroyed me and used him. He was used. And yeah. What if Mary returns to her old self, whoever she was? But I bet she used to be very interesting. And recently Natalie had dinner with Miss Solomon, who is, again, I emphasize, the most evil and cruel teacher that my school had ever had in its history. And she was one of the key figures in those dark times that we experienced in the first 2 years of secondary school. And then I think on the same day or on the next day, Natalie took a photo of a book, and it's got words in it like messenger, and it isn't just an app. I have to say it again, but Natalie used to worship this deity called Messenger, and it's not a religion, it's a delusion, because she's the only person in the world who worships a deity called Messenger, who is basically like a devil from hell or something, and it could read minds, and it could do things basically. And Natalie somehow the middle woman between Messenger and the people, and Natalie somehow has the power of the Messenger. Like, the power of the Messenger lives through her. She's like the catalyst for the Messenger to exist and walk on in the world. It's fucking insane. Natalie's fucking crazy. Well, she was. She's really normal now. Smiles, talks, laughs, has a boyfriend, assignments, university, future, job, internship, whatever. Back then, and I know it's all bullshit, but back then I used to believe that people could read minds. Back then I used to believe that Mary could read minds. For a period of time, I think I thought Wendy could read my mind, and I thought I was super delusional back then. I might actually, was I more delusional than Natalie, or was I less? I don't know, but I was crazy in a totally different way. Natalie has the superior complex. I had the inferior complex. I thought I was weak and useless, and I thought people around me are secretly plotting against me. I thought people are teaming up to ruin me. And quite literally, I thought there was a secret organization, and I even had a list of names. And I figured out some of their plans to ruin me. not too long after I realized I was just being dumb. I was overthinking. And a little bit after that, I realized that I wasn't just overthinking. I was basically crazy. But was I? I mean, sure, Mary can't. She doesn't have telepathic abilities. But can she read minds? Technically, yeah, in some extent. She's very socially smart. She reads facial expressions and body language really well. She knows how to read context, subtext. Mary is a good reader. She is a good reader, even across the screen. Last year when I spoke to Mary, Mary knew that I wanted to tell her things, and she didn't ask me to tell her things because she had a feeling that I would. So, was I crazy? Yes and no. The supernatural does exist. It exists, I don't want to say among us, but it exists. But not completely. I digress. If history repeats itself, I won't be the same. I don't have inferior complex anymore. Sure, I think I'm useless and I know I'm a loser, but I don't think there's a secret organization out there to kill me. Nothing crazy had happened to me in the last 400 days. Everything's been really normal and predictable, and everything's been really realistic. So if history repeats itself, if it really does, and I highly doubt it, I'll be a different person. And, yeah. But the only evidence for history repeating itself is literally just Natalie. Everyone else had changed drastically, even Zara. And in good ways, in bad ways, both. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I do not want Pink to relapse to her old self, and I don't think she will. But I also didn't expect her to change this much. She's all about peace and acceptance now. And that's good. But again, I have to emphasize this. The greatest tragedy in all humanity is change. That is, people change. We change our personalities and forget who we were. Yeah, we remember how we acted. Like, I remember how paranoid I was, you know? But can I feel it anymore? Can I feel the same paranoia anymore? If I close my eyes and imagine I'm 12 years old, can I feel that anymore? Never again. I've lost it. I've lost that feel. If only I had a YouTube channel back then, maybe I would talk about it. This is one of the reasons why I make these school update videos, thoughts update videos, because I know that one day my personality is going to change again, and that the only way for me to feel how I felt is to listen and watch myself talk. Like what I'm doing right now. Alright, I'm going to bed. Alright, time now is 2:39 p.m. on June 12th. I have had a really nice long sleep. All the way from 2:45 a.m. to 1 p.m. That is a long time. To be fair, I did wake up at around 12:30, but I didn't leave the bed until half an hour later-ish. I don't know. Yeah, nothing happened. No text, no none. I think everyone's busy. And that's a little weird because I thought the semester is over for everyone for like over a month already. And, everybody should be just free. But nah, people like Leo and Zara, they're rarely online. So I guess there's that. But regardless, I still have editing to do. Just because I finished filming the short film doesn't mean I'm completely done with it. Of course, I still need to edit things. There's still the music and all the post-production and all that yada yada stuff. So that's going to be a hassle in and of itself. But the worst part, the most complicated part, is already over. I have the clips now. I have the clips. No, I don't have them now, but they're the clips. They exist now. So there's that. Yeah. I'm not gonna do too much today. I'm gonna do reviews. You know, the usual, really. The the usuals. Nothing all that crazy, and I don't know what's wrong with my phone, but charging takes really long. The black line that I used to use, can't charge my phone anymore. It just doesn't work anymore. So I'm using my white line, but it's really slow. So, yeah. Oh my God, that's a bird. It's flying so low. Yeah. There's that. So I'm gonna edit another thoughts update video again because for some reason my other PC, the D drive, is getting really full, like only like 13 gigabytes left, and I need to clear as many videos as possible. That's why I need to pump out more thoughts update videos, because the clips that I use for thoughts update videos are really long usually, so I'm just gonna clear them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Not much else. It was Queenie's birthday a couple of days ago, June 10th. Apparently that day was Queenie's birthday. I didn't even know that. So, belated happy birthday to Queenie. Shout out to Queenie. She also made like this Instagram post of her in a dress inside water. She's in Auckland, New Zealand now, and I bet she's a really normal person now. Yeah, no news from Natalie or whatever. I probably fake blood. Probably, even if it's real blood, it's probably just a nosebleed. I don't fucking know. She wouldn't like tell me anyways. So why does it even matter to me? You know what I mean? So I do me, they do them, and our lives are separated. It is what it is. Unfortunately, it has to go this way. I don't want to. I don't want things to go this way, but it has to go this way. I have my own life. They have their own lives. Their lives are interconnected. They're still friends. They still hang out, but I'm an individual now. I'm detached from them. That's it. It's over. It's fucking over. It's been over for over a year now. So yep, that's all. Alright, time now is 11:03 p.m. on June 12th. Spent a long time today editing videos, reviewing the latest Sereni album, and editing a thoughts update. Getting pretty tired for some reason. That being said, though, I still have to do my film, my TV show Bible rewrite, which is a nightmare. It is a headache to think about. And I do think that this Bible is even worse than my film treatment and my other TV show Bible that I did. I do think it's worse. So I may have to rewrite the whole thing, actually. But, yeah, I'm tired. Nothing else happened. I want to speak to Zara, but I guess mainly it's because I don't have anyone else to speak to, you know? And, you know, I can't speak to Mary or anything. So if I want to speak to someone, it could be Leo, it could be Pink, it could be Zara, it could be Miriam. I don't know. Nick is coming back to Hong Kong in a couple of days, and now he is in a hotel in London, testing for the corona, and if he's clear, he's gonna go on the plane to Hong Kong. Yeah, that's all. I don't know, man. Lately I watched, let's talk about some small stuff, Nothing interesting ever happens to me, so, let's talk about some small stuff. Like, just checked out, I just watched a video from Useful Charts, who makes charts that are very useful, usually related to history. And he made it a very detailed video. Not very detailed, but a very, very incredibly interesting video on who wrote books in the Bible. And I watched one video, and then I watched two other videos, and it was just so fascinating, just seeing how, like, there are different people who wrote the books. Like, people are like, ooh, yeah, the first 5 books are written by Moses. Is it though? Does Moses even exist? So whoever actually wrote the book, it's all over the place. And there are so many addendums, like there are so many written texts that are written again and again. There are so many rewrites as well. And I'm talking about literature from like 700 BC, 600s BC, 500s, 400s BC. They're super long time ago, so trying to actually trace the authors are pretty much impossible. But through understanding literature, like literary techniques, grammar, and also using historical context, people can still roughly deduce when and who and why are these books written, and it's just so freaking interesting. It's so freaking interesting. But yeah, aside from that, nothing else important happened today. Just gonna leave it here. I'm gonna try and see if I can write my reality TV show Bible in the most amazing way possible. And I'm gonna watch Sword Art Online painfully. I already watched one episode of Invincible earlier today. And then afterwards, I'm just gonna take a shower and go to bed. Yeah.